Okay.
Right. So this month was we're in November, was an important launch for a certain Microsoft company. We attended the midnight launch at the Game Westwood branch.
There's some footage on here, by the way, of the midnight launch. For you.
Yeah, I've got some in there as well.
Yeah, so
that's cool. So the footage we've just been talking about, you can watch now.
Let's record it all there.
Oh, happy son, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the only one that'll look happy.
We could do it in sort of like we got hyperactive squirrel, miserable fuck.
Notice the youngest one.
Don't really know. Super miserable fuck. Squirrel on fucking caffeine. And Adrian, bald guy.
I'm not starting a caffeine.
He doesn't like to be on his own camera.
No, go away. Get him. Shopping.
Say hello to the camera, Adrian.
Hello.
Changed since I was in there last. The tills were over there.
That's my question. Yeah, the till. Hey, look at that. He tells me to film and he buggers off.
Ditches you. It's because the Crimson Dragon cards are in.
He's mingling. He's mingling.
Yeah, it's the way of the future.
I wonder what
The queues get. The thing is, when the queues get going, it's going to be so quick. There's no point in queuing up at all. Can I just get closer to my head?
Glare.
Yeah. So I can show you what it looks like from the back on the episode.
Star Trek lens glare. You're sitting there playing the sun and you see the shit there next to you.
I can see what's going to happen when this bag's going to fucking split.
What you do? Put your hand through there, right? And then put your hand through there.
I like it, Tony.
So if it does go, if the box does go, you've got the bag to at least give you a chance to catch it.
Yeah. I haven't got all of them there, most of them there. Is that all of them?
How to say I'm a mug in 5 easy ways?
Go for it.
How's it going on? That's like 5 easy words.
1 minute!
Why aren't we shuffling towards the door?
Yeah,
so
we're
we can just
happy.
sit down?
Yeah, we're happy now.
I've actually got a bit of coal in here, so anyone gets in my way.
I knew that was the reason why we stood there. I was complaining before because we'd been closer to the door, but now I'm happy because we're here. Where you got to be to get out.
Go around, that's fucking.
We're listening. We are.
Get ready.
Somebody goes.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the doors. Let them out.
Why do I feel like I shouldn't be sober?
Opening up the Xbox One controller just because we are too impatient to get home because we want to see what it
No,
looks
you
like.
are too impatient.
Oh, shut up! Oh, it's so much sleeker and it's still bigger than the plate. Oh, I'll touch it.
Oh my fuck, yeah.
You're like a bunch of skullgirls on the way to a fucking Justin Bieber concert.
And
Yeah.
it's so nice.
Controller, for God's
Oh
sake.
my god, that's so...
That's nice.
Give me my control.
We've all touched it now.
That's
You'll
actually
have to
a lot
watch
more
it.
fun from the 360. Just holding it from.
Yeah, we all bought the consoles.
Day one editions.
Day one editions. Pre-ordered a very long time ago, as you people who want one now are trying to see the difficulties of why we've done it.
I think it would be.
And Star Wars Christmas Special. That's all I need to say. Those who remain. Yeah, but on launch, I mean, we all picked up games. I picked up, not launch game, but a week after I picked up Marvel Lego. I recently played Lego DC and I found it absolutely awesome. Because I didn't know much about the DC universe. For this one, I'm expecting more, but I know loads of Marvel stuff thanks to another person back there. Assassin's Creed 4,
Awesome.
which I'm starting Sunday. Really looking forward to it.
Really good game.
Battlefield.
Couldn't get on with that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it. 2 nights and I'll be done because you know what I mean, no multiplayer. Unless the dinosaurs and sharks is real, they're talking about online. Dead Rising 3. Dead Rising on the Xbox 360. No, it's not actually. It's Dead Rising on the Xbox One.
Only
And-
more brown
Yeah.
than grey.
And the Universal pickup.
Yes.
We all bought Forza Motorsport 5 because basically it's got lots of cars in it. Not as many as Gran
No, it
Turismo.
hasn't. It's got not many cars at all. It's got 200
It's got
cars.
cars in it. Well, I don't own 200 cars. I wouldn't mind.
Mm.
My initial impressions of playing it is I enjoyed the little bit I've played it, but I'm more of a Horizons player. I think Mr. Forza should talk about this game.
I think the biggest problem, I think Rich will agree, is the lack of tracks.
Yeah, yeah.
The lack of cars is 200 is reasonable.
Yeah.
I think 200 is actually reasonable, but the small amount of tracks
I was
is just
disappointed.
really, you know.
Yeah. One of my favourite tracks is Nürburgring.
Yeah.
Not in there.
Which will be coming. Which will be
Which
coming.
they'll charge
By the
you
way,
for.
they
Yeah.
said it's on the
They
way.
charge you for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
but-
I mean, I'm not going to end up paying
yeah,
for it
yeah.
because I thoroughly enjoy
Yeah.
that track. There's quite a few tracks.
Yeah.
Mind you, there's a new track in it, Bathurst in Australia.
Bathurst is map
Really
panorama
nice.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. It was originally the first time I saw it. I think was Shift 2, Need for Speed Shift 2, and fantastic track. Played loads, and they added. I mean, there's 14 track locations. There's more variations, but there's 14
Yeah.
track locations, and 5 of those are new. Only 9 carried over from Forza 4. So that's really not many. That's really not many at all.
Yeah. I was quite disappointed. I thought it might unlock them as you go through
Yeah,
them, but it was a disappointment to see that little amount.
Oh,
Although they do look, the tracks
yeah,
beautiful.
it all looks nice and that,
Yeah.
but there's just not enough of it. I mean, I've got to admit that once you actually get into multiplayer, the smaller amount of tracks in some way is quite good because you've got all the tracks memorised and you know what you're doing.
And you can finish last every time.
Yeah, I think we tried this, didn't we, the three of us?
Yeah.
And,
We haven't actually done a proper online massive thingy race.
No,
no.
So let's do all that stuff.
when we were playing, who came last all the time?
You come last once.
Yeah. Oh, because you ran me off the track, you
Yeah.
cheating little
Never
shit.
mind. I also picked up.
Oh,
And then
change the subject.
and the race before he ran me off.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
But the one thing I do like about this, Formula One cars.
Yeah.
And Indy cars.
Yeah.
And
We need lawnmowers.
No,
Buses.
we don't, and we don't
No,
need
you have-
guns.
you have Gran
You
Turismo for that,
casual
don't you?
person is.
I mean, Gran Turismo, you've got the go-karts, haven't you still?
You got go-karts today. Yeah.
I'm actually on the verge of maybe picking up Gran Turismo 6,
Yeah.
just because it looks quite nice actually.
I just wait. It'll be cheaper after Christmas.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot cheaper after Christmas.
On the Xbox One, yeah. I also picked up COD Ghosts, play through single player, sold. Fighters Within, which I never even unsealed. I saw some footage. We got it at half price on the night, weren't it? That went.
I didn't even bother
And
with that.
Rise. Now, Rise, I absolutely love.
I agree with you.
I don't have it, unfortunately,
I
because
do.
yeah, he's still got his one. Because the trading was high, and I know after Christmas they're going to shoot down, so
That's right.
I'll get it again later on. But Rise, I would recommend as the #1 game for an Xbox One if you like your single players. I mean, multiplayer arena is really cool.
I
as
mean,
well.
yeah, as long as you've got you just don't, you want to waste 7 hours because that's all
Maybe,
it
yeah.
takes.
Yeah, but the thing is, the story of this.
Yeah,
is not
fair enough.
good.
But it is very short. But you're paying like £45. That's a bit short. you
The
know.
multiplayer, believe it or not, I quite enjoy the multiplayer
Yeah,
on it
yeah.
as well. That adds a lot to it.
Oh yeah.
But you can get a
Yeah, good
few
time
hours.
multiplayer,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really good.
I mean, but when you can play say Assassin's Creed, you've got Assassin's Creed
Yeah,
4 there.
that
And
would
you're
be-
saying
yeah,
that Rise is
forever.
better.
Yeah.
You're saying
I'm
Rise
saying
is
the
the
enjoyment.
more
I've
essential
not
part.
played Assassin's Creed, so I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
include that.
Yeah.
I can only really talk about the one.
Yeah.
that I've
I've played both, and I really did enjoy this,
Yeah.
and I will go back to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The reason why I haven't traded it in is that I'm going to go back to it and
Mm.
play again. But I mean, it looks I mean, okay, you want to play off your new shiny new console, you
Yeah,
need to show it
I
off.
think very much that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
very much a launch time. It just shows off the nice graphics. You got, you know,
Yeah.
a few hours gameplay, and there's nothing sort of stand out.
I've played shorter games.
Oh, definitely.
So
definitely.
for me,
Yeah, I play
But-
Call of Duty Ghosts.
That is short. No, you talk
yeah,
about
single
short.
player.
Yeah,
But then you've got the multiplayer, which is like
Which is
hundreds
awful.
of hours. you
which
know.
is bloody awful.
Yeah.
Because someone keeps dying.
No, I mean, for the Xbox, the Call of Duty Black Ops 2, loved it.
Mm.
Just something about the maps and design was brilliant. Call of Duty Ghost could not get into it.
Mm.
Extinction mode was alright for a playthrough every once, but I don't know if you enjoyed the story of Ghosts.
Yeah,
Story was
yeah.
okay.
Everything was typical Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Set up for a sequel, but other than that, it's just Call of Duty.
But the story on this was really good. Okay, arcs a lot to Gladiator, obviously, but it was really good. It was fun to play. A lot of locations,
Yeah.
lots of different variations. Okay, you may think it's a button bashing game, but there's a lot of variations. You do need the skills for different. You know,
You to fight the same 6 enemies over and over again.
no,
7 or 8.
Yeah.
7 or 8.
I mean,
yeah.
when you fight, did you fight Boudicca, Boudica? I don't know what it's called nowadays.
Yeah, she was awesome.
She was really good at the elephants. You got to fight elephants.
Yeah.
And,
The thing is, Sam, I mean, like, the variation, that's one thing that always annoyed me about Uncharted. I really like Uncharted, but it's just, you know, it's the recycling, the constant amount of, you know.
but the amount of
That's-
people
that's
you
it.
have on one, you know, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, that's just me.
I know, it's just totally
Yeah,
it's,
But you look at your first time, I don't know about you, when you
so
play it.
I haven't even played because I know it's not for me.
But then again, you were moaning at me saying, you must play this Wii game, even though you might.
But no, the thing is, you don't even know they exist. I've
Yeah.
actually seen a lot of that.
Yeah, but until you actually play,
yeah,
I think
but-
you should reserve judgment.
Everything I've heard, and I don't just mean people going, "Oh, it's bad," or, "Oh, it's good." You know, I mean, detailed descriptions.
Play through it yourself and then reserve judgment until you play.
I'm not going to spend money on something I'm pretty
I'll
damn
loan it
sure
to you.
I'm not going to like.
I'll loan it to you.
Yeah, fair play.
And then
But,
that way you can get through it and,
Yeah,
and try it.
I, you know, it's like I know I wouldn't like.
But then
So.
you can say that about Wii games. I know that I might not like it, but until I play through it, I'm not sure that I like it. I one of the biggest
There's
games I've
certain things that you could say about a game.
When you see it for the first time.
There's certain things that people
ideas.
say about a game, and it will just put you straight off. I mean, for a start, the linearity. For a start, the
I love
linearity.
linearity.
Yeah,
Exactly. You two love Rat in a Drain Pipe. You'll do Rat in a Drain Pipe with a cut scene and then go back and down another drain pipe. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'll do it for some games.
But this is why there's such a
But-
huge variation in games because
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, I know because of that that's not for me.
see,
Do you know what I mean?
one of
It's,
the games I never thought I'd play through and I would never enjoy was Loco Cycle.
Yeah.
Download game.
Yeah. Absolutely love it.
Mm.
Once I got into it and figured it out,
Mm.
you may think it's linear. It's not.
It looks
There
too
was-
simplistic. For me.
I'm
No,
really,
combo
personally,
system.
I'm really looking forward to playing
Yeah.
that.
The video footage looks amazing,
They've
but
compared
the actual
well,
game itself
yeah.
doesn't look that
Well,
good.
they've compared the combo footage to Bayonetta. Now, Bayonetta is my joint number one
Yeah,
Xbox 360
But
game.
you
so
can just do this to get.
No,
the
no,
game.
Loco
easy
Cycle.
mode you can.
Loco Cycle is a lot more. There
Yeah.
are different,
Yeah,
so many different ways you have combat.
yeah.
There's this one bit you're driving on the road,
Mm.
and there's a like a mech suit that's picking up throwing.
Yeah,
small
I've
buttons
seen
in
that.
there.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And you have to fight them that way. Then there's cars that come along and you have to shoot or beat them up.
Yeah.
And then there's different way of combos. It is really good. You XP, you level up, and you have different. For me, it's pretty good. I never thought I'd get into that game, and it doesn't look like a next gen console
Yeah.
title.
Yeah.
But-
Well, on the download front, I mean, everyone knows I bought it basically for Crimson Dragon, and for the way it plays, I love Crimson Dragon because it's what I wanted from it. But for the story, it's not what I want.
The story
from
just
anything.
destroys it for me.
Yeah.
I like the gameplay. I do like the gameplay. I do find the movement on the right stick and the thing with the left stick kind of awkward. It's not really natural. I'd actually be a lot better off if I was using a Wiimote and an Nunchuck. I would be because
This is
it's
key.
really awkward. It's really
Yeah.
awkward. It doesn't feel natural.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel natural.
Also,
So compared to Panzer Dragoon,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely,
which felt
definitely.
really natural. It only had
Mm.
one thing.
Mm.
And it just doesn't. For a start, the actual movement on the stick is too slow. I haven't looked to see if there's any adjustment ratios to make it more sensitivity, but it's too slow. It's ridiculous. It feels so sluggish. It's you know.
Yeah.
But of course, the other download title I think you bought, I don't know if you bought it, is Peggle 2.
Yeah, well,
No,
Peggle
not
2, the
yet.
newest title, I bought it straight away. I can't.
For £10.
December pick up that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a sneak preview. But yeah, for
Yeah.
£10, Peggle 2
Is going to be worth it.
is what we wanted. And the fact that when you pick it up, you see what's coming. There's a lot coming, a lot of DLC. Obviously, we know what the future brings to DLC and getting a lot of money from us.
Microtransactions,
Yeah. I also picked up. I got FIFA with my machine.
I actually persuaded
Not
you to
even
put it
played it yet. He taught me into bloody putting it on the machine.
It's worth it.
so-
It was free. Not being funny, eBay's flooded with FIFA
Yeah.
codes at the moment.
That's why I couldn't sell mine, because it was like basically someone bought one for £6 instead. So,
Yeah.
So.
The other DLC game, or download games on there was Killer Instinct as well, which
Oh,
is
yeah, I
a
was
must
just gonna
buy,
say
but I'm
that.
not going to buy it just yet. I'm waiting to see if it's one of their Christmas offers, because they
Yeah.
are doing two.
When it comes down, I will get it.
I had a few Microsoft points left
Yeah.
over, so I thought, well, I'm using
Yeah,
on that.
yeah,
and
it's
I'm
definitely
really
worth it. I mean, the thing is, I you know, it's like we both want the £32 one, which I don't really think's worth it. I don't think
No.
it's worth 32.
It needs to be 25.
The £15.99 one is reasonable. I think that's perfectly
That's what I
fine
paid
to go and buy that,
Yeah.
you know. But the £32 one, it's got the stuff I want, but it's just a little bit more.
See, to
than
me,
what I
the
want.
costume changes and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, you got the original Killer Instinct though. You got
Yeah,
the
that's
original-
the only
which was
downside.
cool.
As the-
Yeah,
as
I'd
the
like
others.
that.
I've
Which
never
was
played
cool.
them.
Yeah.
So I'm really
So
looking
it'd just be
forward
nice
to
to
giving it a
have
go.
that.
Yeah, but it's not for me. That's not worth
Yeah.
another 15
No,
quid.
I totally agree. That's why I
Yeah.
bought it. That's
Yeah.
why I bought it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes down to a more reasonable price, I'll
And
get it.
the 15.99,
I was-
you also get the new the new two DLC characters. You
Yeah,
get
yeah.
them as well
Yeah.
for that
I
price.
was lucky enough to be one of the ones selected by Microsoft to get it for free, but I sold it. So sold the code. Yeah. So what else did you pick up, Rich, that we haven't talked about so far?
I think that was it. Of course. I mean,
No, it's
Oh,
not. The
sorry,
one,
it's
yeah,
not.
the one you've got to say.
yeah. The other one that I bought. This was just after we got the console.
Oh, by the
couple of
way,
days.
he also picked up this on the 360 and the Xbox One, but they didn't last because
No.
he was asking. We went to the midnight opening so he could get his little bags.
Actually, we won't go get this, but that's another story.
No, thank you.
The other one I picked up, sorry, I completely forgot about, is Zoo Tycoon. Yeah, it's a management game. You can have free roam. My daughter loves playing free roam. Build a zoo. Look at the lovely
He uploads
animals.
videos all the time. So.
It's not my choice. It automatically does it.
Cleaning his elephants and feeding them. And,
yeah.
That's my daughter, but
Yeah.
I actually, you know, it's pretty good.
I mean, the thing is, can you do stuff like feed koalas to the tigers?
No.
That would be awesome.
But you can mix
you, like,
animals in cage.
starve them.
Ooh, can you
mix
crossbreed?
them?
Oh, no, you can, yeah, that'd be cool.
Awesome.
You can stick the monkeys in with the elephants, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, you can do stuff like that.
That'd be quite disturbing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the Chimera game, I think we call that.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just thinking of having a giraffe tiger now. You know, just a combination of giraffe and tiger. How
Yeah.
awesome that would be.
Yeah.
But it's surprisingly sold quite well actually.
Yeah,
Zoo Tycoon,
it's
which
been
was-
doing really well. I think
it
well,
looks-
our first impressions of the Xbox One, I mean, it's nice and shiny, so me and Richard agree more
Yeah,
on what
yeah.
Sony does.
I actually
I fell in love with it since day one, although I have not had one issue with my machine, unlike these two who have regular
mine
issues.
sold itself. Sold
No,
itself.
Tony's issue of being chugged up memory or something, didn't it?
I think we all
No,
have that though.
it keeps basically locking up and not playing
Yeah.
games, and a number of things along those lines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
should
just it's just the WAP.
yeah.
I mean, the more they kind of update and everything, it'll be fine
Yeah.
about.
I think it's in its infancy.
I
and
mean,
you know
that
what you
is
get with a
that's the
console.
thing. That is my advice. Is actually wait.
Yeah.
I mean, for
It's in
me
its
personally,
infancy.
it's wait. Give it a year. Next Christmas, buy one.
Yeah.
That's my advice. You know.
My advice would be buy one now. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
my advice would be exactly the same.
The
Um,
other thing for me is because I'm into like my home cinema,
Yeah.
my entertainment thing. It's an all-rounded package. I mean, the Blu-ray player is phenomenal on it. I must say.
once you've downloaded the Blu-ray player,
Yeah, you do have
Yeah,
to.
yeah. You have to download every damn thing now.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they've done that, so they didn't have to pay Sony
Yeah.
anymore money.
Netflix on there needs altering. I'm not quite happy with Netflix, but Love Film's pretty good. YouTube, no.
I don't
using
mind
browser.
YouTube, but we're missing so many apps. I mean, once again, it comes
There's
back to the
certain
consoles
things
and
about the
everything.
YouTube that I actually like more on the layout.
Really?
Yeah.
If you actually look at it, there's a lot of things. For example, you can subscribe off the video.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have to come out.
Thankfully,
There's
that was
a
so
large
awkward.
number of improvements and an equal amount of step backs
Yeah.
compared to the 360.
I find it hard to find my watch history. I can find what I watched in that day, but
Yeah.
like my previous watch history, I can't.
Oh, that's on a separate list. It's about
Is it?
4 up. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about 4 up, mate.
I
You
still.
still did a watch list.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
bought one, didn't you?
Yes. No, I like using the browser.
Yeah.
The good thing is you can use the internet.
I've
Explorer
never
browser.
used the internet browser.
Yeah, it's good. It has basically it has good speed
Mm.
and it pretty much works with everything.
Yeah.
The only one that is probably on par will be the Wii U browser. Oh no, it's honest.
The only thing that really
It's the Wii U browser, and I'd still say that the Xbox One is perhaps better because there's still certain things the Wii U browser will not work with.
The
I
only thing
was
that's
playing
missing
with this
is
feature on the Xbox One the other day, and
Mine
I was
doesn't
doing
work.
the Bing search, and it even picked up Supercad. I've actually just experienced those issues. It picked up 90% of
And
everything
stupid
I was saying.
accents. We sat there and did stupid
Yeah.
accents.
I personally think my one
Yeah.
needs a hearing aid because it doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
It's probably your acoustics.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably your acoustics.
The other thing that I think I trouble is, you know, Microsoft Silverlight,
Mm.
which used to play a lot
Yeah,
of online
yeah,
videos, is missing off of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still a
That's
problem.
daft.
It's still a
If
problem.
it's a
isn't it?
Microsoft product,
Yeah.
put Silverlight on
I mean,
it and use
everything
it.
will come eventually. It's like they've said when they announced it. They said there's one of the 3 UIs is a Windows 8 UI. It's completely based on Windows 8 UI.
Yeah.
You can't tell me in the future we're not getting Windows 8 apps, Windows 8 projects. I mean,
Yeah.
they'll say what they want for now, but that's definitely coming.
That would be quite handy, actually.
I find the pad fantastic.
Yes.
I cannot criticise the pad in any way. I spent some time playing the PlayStation 4 the other day, whereas I don't have nothing too bad to say about the PlayStation 4. I will say they fucked up on the analog, something Chronicles. What? Chronicles? The Chronicles of Sonia is that in the pads they've got like upwards indents, and I find my thumb slipping off them like crazy.
Oh, they're
always had
smaller
those.
as well.
They've always
Yeah.
had the upwards
I
indents.
must admit, I can't get on well with the Sony pads.
I-
Because
I
of the
can't-
thumbs and the
I
replacement.
must admit that I don't think they're very good for first-person shooters.
Mm. Which is what I want to play
Yeah.
for Killzone.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen both running, can't fault, looking good. Resogun especially, wow, definitely what I want to
Yeah.
play.
Would they ever come
That's
to
not
the-
exactly first-person though, is it?
No, no.
But I think that it's fine for like Gran Turismo and stuff
Mm.
like that. Most of the stuff I actually play, I don't have. I don't have any problems with the PS3 controller. With
Mm.
you know, people say about fingers slipping. I've never had
Yeah,
that.
I
I've
had-
honestly
I had it.
never had that. Honestly,
I do. The thing
It's,
is about the new pad is these buttons are nice. These ones I don't.
They're awkward.
yes, I
They're
totally
really
agree.
awkward.
I haven't.
Sometimes you're not sure if your fingers in the
Yeah.
right position. to
And
press
I
it.
also found that if you're playing like a beat 'em up, if you take what I would call the Tekken position,
Mm.
which is having it on your lap, right? Yeah, with
Mm.
4 buttons like that, and your thumb on that, it's
So,
actually
basically.
yeah, it's actually really awkward.
Mm.
I found my fingers slipping, and I don't do it on the 360 pad. It's fine.
No,
And
the
the other
360
thing,
pad's quite raised. If you look at the buttons as well, because
Yeah.
the buttons and the D-pad
Yeah.
are raised. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
difference.
The problem I have is
You can't the D-pad though. I've got to admit, for just
Yeah.
the general.
Apart from the
it's-
blisters.
Yeah, yeah. So I haven't got any. I've got
No.
on there, but
I blistered like crazy.
Really?
The first time I played Killer Instinct, I've been fine since.
Yeah.
But the first time I played Killer Instinct, 2 minutes and my thumb was up.
yeah.
Massive
Yeah.
blister.
Because these are smaller. These parts here are smaller.
Apart
I
from
think-
that, I think the whole thing that D-pad's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from that.
I also
Really-
like the rumble triggers as well. They're
Yeah.
growing on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're growing on me, but they weren't what I thought.
No, I was
a bit of
expecting
power,
something progressive.
feedback.
Yeah, progressive feedback, not just more rumble.
Yeah.
Not I've sat on my phone and it's vibrating.
Yeah, you know, it's just rumbling all over the place.
Yeah.
But at the same
Good
point,
though.
I went
It's better
and
than not
played.
having it.
I went and played on Gran Turismo 6,
Mm.
and I actually missed some of the feel from the rumbles. I didn't actually think it made any difference until I actually started playing. I was using my 6-axis, so there's no rumble at all,
Yeah.
and you just really notice the lack of feel
Yeah.
from that.
Also-
so.
The other thing about this pad is that I like the way the thumbsticks are laid because that's how your hand naturally sits
Yeah.
on it.
Mm.
Where the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a PS1 over there.
Yeah.
They're going to grab it.
Yeah.
The PlayStation
PlayStation
1.
3.
Yeah, PlayStation 3 one. Yeah.
Mm.
You know, this is uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it
I've
doesn't
always
sit
I
right.
found
See,
it
I've always been the other way around
Mm.
because the 360 ones always give me cramps.
Yeah.
This doesn't.
Mm.
This doesn't
I'm the
give me
opposite way.
cramps.
I
This doesn't
wouldn't
give me
say
cramps.
I get cramps from these pads. I just find them awkward to use.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
played through all the God of War, sorry, and every time I play them, I've had the same experience. It's
Yeah.
just
I mean, if you pick this up, your hand naturally falls to this position.
yeah, it's there
As well.
And Microsoft got many brownie points with that.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
And also
Right.
this.
Well, the thing is, though, look at their first attempt. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's why her hands like a gorilla or a
Yeah.
Like,
lion.
Yeah.
you've got like the big ape hand. Even
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you talk about the Xbox
The
One.
original
Oh,
Xbox.
original
Yeah.
Xbox,
Yeah.
original
Thanks,
Xbox.
Microsoft.
Um,
Yeah.
This is the other thing I noticed as well. The
Mm.
battery pack. It's a lot better holding
Yes.
it
I
underneath.
feel
Yes.
weird 'cause I normally like play with push my nails on it.
Yeah,
I can't do it
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the only other thing, charge doesn't last that long.
My
No.
charge lasts forever.
No, if you're playing Forza, because of the force feedback
Yeah.
on those buttons,
It's gonna drain.
it drains it like mad.
Yeah.
It's about 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, that's it.
About
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours.
And it takes a while to charge up as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other thing I must say about the Kinect is it is, you know, relatively easy to use in a smaller space.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you've used
Yeah,
your
yeah,
Kinect.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
yeah.
love my Kinect. I've
Yeah.
had no issues with my Kinect. It's fantastic. And one of the best apps that I'd like for it is Skype.
Skype.
Skype
yeah.
is a must-have.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't want to use camera, you can message.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. And
Oh,
it's-
yeah, but. Big problem, you can't snap it, can you?
Oh, right. Not yet.
That is the
It's
problem.
coming,
If
apparently.
you're doing that, you are locked into doing nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
that's
and-
okay. I mean, saying that though, you can have Skype in your main picture and have like another app running like Netflix or
yeah,
Party.
but you can't actually sort of like play
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
you know.
But then again, would you want to?
Then
Yes.
again, infancy. We've
Yeah.
shown it's been done.
I
Well,
think it will
the
come.
main reason I
nothing.
pointed that out is because they made such a big deal of it at E3.
Yeah.
They made such a big deal of snapping Skype while they're playing their game, talking away, and you can't do it. you
I think
know.
it will come. It's just they don't
Oh,
have the.
Almost
everything.
definitely. Everything's
Everything
gonna
that's
be,
missing will come. We
Yeah.
know it will come
Yeah.
because Microsoft will see the money. You know.
The other thing I like about is the Kinect is you
Think
sign
about
in.
it. We haven't had it for a month yet.
No.
And it feels like
Yeah.
it's been in my front room
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It took a while to get used to navigate through the.
It's a very unnatural interface.
Yeah.
You've got to admit that it's a very
Well, the
unnatural
thing is, I just talk it
interface.
now, and I've got
Um,
so used to talking.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
almost like they're trying to force you to use
Yeah.
Connect
Mm.
because they made the actual physical pad controls so difficult and unnatural
Mm.
that they're forcing you to use
Yeah.
Connect.
I've got no issue. I find it weird.
Well,
in
no,
the
don't
middle
you
of the
agree
night
with that?
out-
Like, don't
Yeah,
you agree with
definitely.
that? Yeah.
I find it
It's,
weird in the middle of the night out of nowhere. You just like playing the game and you talk and you say like go to messages or something like that and you
Yeah.
connect.
Mm.
And it's just find it odd because it's the middle of the night. You're talking to no one. It's like
Yeah.
oh, someone listening.
yeah.
But so going back to Skype, for me that's been really good.
yeah.
I
I
mean, I've
actually
used it a couple
find it
times
very
now.
intrusive, and I don't actually like it. I just don't like having that camera. I will voice chat with people
Mm.
constantly, and it's not
We
because
Skyped not long ago, didn't we?
yeah, and I just it's not like I'm wandering around the house in a PVC made outfit with banana stuck
Well,
on the
you are.
backside.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just
We've seen that. It's not nice.
What?
Yeah. Don't worry.
You left it on
But
there.
yeah, you know.
It's the orange as well.
It's just yeah, you know. I just find it kind of. I really enjoy doing it on the Wii U. Which there's you can
Yeah.
do all the writing
Big pluses.
and swear and put I'm a moron behind someone's head.
But
you
for
know.
me, I mean, when my kids are away,
Yeah, I think especially
family.
for family, for
you
stuff,
can talk to mummy more.
for stuff
Yeah,
like,
I love
like
that.
Christmas. I mean,
Don't hit me.
grandparents or something.
Yeah.
You know, and you've got your grandkids over
Yeah.
their Christmas presents. You're there.
I talk
Do
to
you know
my
what
Which
I
is
mean?
even better because if it's grandparents you don't fucking like, you could go,
Yeah,
"Oh, right,
exactly.
me." Talk
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I talk to my mum and dad a lot on Skype.
Yeah.
Just because it's there, it's in the front room.
Mm.
The whole family can be
Yeah,
here on the
yeah,
television.
yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
really good.
For all that, I think it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
But for just general gamer chat, I would much rather just
If-
use voice
Party
chat.
chat is brilliant.
See, the thing
Yeah.
is, if Cliff, if I want to show Cliff something,
Mm.
or you,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go on. It's a lot easier to use than the original Kinect.
Mm.
you know, the Connect.
I put mine away before we done this.
Yeah, yeah, we didn't have a chance to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one of my boys have got a friend in America.
Yeah.
And they have never seen each other, but it was
Yeah.
really good with the original Connect. They
Yeah.
actually managed to see each
Yeah.
other and talk.
Yeah.
It was nice. But
I done that
it's,
with someone in Australia. It was really cool.
you know, especially because if my boys go away, because one of them may be going off
Yeah.
to China. I know you might not be able to use Skype in China, but
All the laws over there. You ain't got a
Yeah.
clue, yeah.
but you know, when he's away for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, you know, for me to have this device in my living room to talk to him, it'd be really nice.
You're going to be lost, didn't you?
I am, yeah, yeah. I don't know what to do with
Yeah.
my voice.
As a machine, I'd recommend buy it now. Richard would recommend buying it.
I reckon that's I say, you know, I would wait a year. I would
Yeah.
wait for
No.
the price to come
Right.
down.
No, you wait until Titanfall comes out, then you buy it.
Yeah.
You have to get it for
Yeah, all
Titanfall.
that. Yeah, all that. You know,
I mean, it's-
basically, if there's something you want to play on it, buy it.
Mm.
The only reason I bought the Xbox One was because it had Forza 5.
Mm.
You know, I bought it to play Forza 5.
Star Wars Holiday Special was for nothing.
Yes, I bought it to play Forza 5, and because I wanted to torture him with the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me out of the launch titles and nothing else that appeals to you?
No.
Really?
Killer
There's
Instinct.
stuff, yeah, well, download stuff. I don't count that.
I think,
Yeah.
you know, if when you get Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah,
stuff like
well,
that.
yeah, totally.
Yes,
I'm
that's
really
They're
the
coming.
one
forward to
purchase,
Ground
yeah.
Zero.
March,
The stuff's
April,
coming. The stuff's
I
coming.
think with new consoles, the reason why the launch titles are pretty lame is because of development time.
Yeah,
They don't
you-
have
yeah.
the
In all fairness, I actually think it had a reasonable pile of launch titles
Compared to the
for
PS4.
most people.
Yeah.
No, even the PS4. The majority of the launch titles are the same.
Mm.
You've got the FIFA and you've got the Battlefield and the Call of Duty.
Mm.
That is basically your core gaming demographic.
yeah.
That's your core gaming demographic. They don't care about us. They sell small numbers to people like us.
Yeah.
Mm.
They don't care. But
Original gamers.
yeah,
Yeah.
as a core launch title, I think that probably has the strongest for a very long time.
Yeah.
I think the PlayStation 4, I mean, that honestly has the best PlayStation launch lineup ever.
Yeah.
You look at all of
PlayStation
them,
and the
and
PC.
they're normally so bad.
Mm.
The PlayStation launch lineups on their home consoles are normally appalling.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, really bad.
But as we were saying before, Sony shot the.
Bouncer.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Exactly.
Um,
Um,
It was one of the first games to feature a DTS soundtrack. I don't know if you know that. It's a-
Ridge Racer.
A DTS soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ridge Racer was like the only reasonable game on PlayStation 1
That's
for
what
a long
sold me
time.
from the first
Yeah,
PlayStation.
for a long time.
Racer.
Whereas the Saturn had a larger number of games I was actually interested in.
See,
Virtual Fighter blew me away.
Yeah,
I couldn't
that's the
believe
whole
it.
reason
It was
I bought it.
real.
That's the whole reason I bought it, and then I had the bonus of Panzer Dragoon about a week and a half later. And I've also bought Daytona, I think, on the same day,
Yeah.
which looks horrible, but plays fantastic.
Mm.
So
if you look at the launch titles now, you look at the original 360 launch titles. What did you have? You had.
it wasn't very good.
No,
It
Project
wasn't very
Dark,
good.
Cameo,
Yeah.
Project Gotham 3.
But look how much.
There was a
things-
strange World War II game.
There's Call of Duty.
2.
No, like a
Yeah.
mercenary style game. It was a weird
But
thing.
if you think about them titles when the original 360 come out, and then you look at what they're bringing out now, like
yeah,
if you look at the, I know you don't like it, but
I got-
Grand Theft Auto,
yeah.
that is a phenomenal game for most people.
No, I like Grand Theft Auto. I just
The
haven't
amount
got
they
it.
crammed into it
Yeah,
and how it looks
yeah.
to get every
Yeah, to
last
get the
thing running out
graphics
of that
and the
console.
quality.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm kind of saying,
It's getting
though.
the last bit of life.
Is
Yeah.
that technically this is actually a reasonable pile of launch games.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
With the licensing and stuff. I mean, I think the best one would probably be the original Xbox. I
Yeah.
think the original Xbox had a fantastic lineup.
Halo.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
all
not
it
just
needed.
that. You
Yeah.
have Halo, you have Dead or Alive, you have Project Gotham,
Yeah.
and you had Ants, which was I love Ants.
Yeah, fantastic.
I adore
Yeah.
Ants. And you know, just those 4 titles.
And 3 on the
Cover.
Xbox 360. No.
Yeah. Those 4 titles
Mm.
give you almost every basic thing that I would actually want.
yeah.
I mean, no, there was no football game, and there was like no Call of Duty, but it had Halo. You know,
So at the moment, I would take Halo over Call of Duty.
yeah. There
Just
are a lot
because-
more established franchises. There's very little in the way of new games or experimentation in these
Yeah.
new ones. It's all
Yeah.
just franchises. And it's all successful franchises.
Yeah.
So they kind of like know what they're doing.
The thing is, though, I mean, when you have to have something, when you launch something like this, you have to have
Yeah.
something that is known by the people to sell it.
totally,
They
totally.
went. I mean, basically, what they did for every game, and you'll know, is that they got to a point where the games weren't finished. Let's be honest, they shoved them on retail, and the games are finished when you finally put them in your drive and you install the first 3 or 4 gigabyte
I mean,
update.
like we said,
That's the finished game.
like we said, Forza
Mm.
5 content-wise needed another year of development.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll happily charge you full price for it, but content-wise, it needed another year or 6 months at least.
Yeah, just to finish.
Just to get the
Did
content.
you see about the DLC today? We're getting a massive pack for free.
All right.
Yeah, next week. So that's pretty cool.
Well, that's
So
cool.
for
Yeah.
Forza.
Yeah. So
that's
Xbox
cool.
One. Do you
Definitely.
buy or do you wait? My opinion's a buy. I wouldn't rate it out of 10. I'd say it's in its
I mean,
infancy.
there's no-
It's great for what it
There's
is
no
at the
need to,
moment.
right? I mean, basically, we've made our points,
Yeah.
and the things, and anyone else can make their bloody own
Yeah.
mind up.
Yeah.
That's how we work,
Watch
isn't it? You know?
footage, enjoy
All right.
the games. Buy games.
Yeah, that.
Go clean your monkeys.
I keep getting, you tell me what the wailing parts are, it's.
No, keep playing it to get the way
Yeah.
part. So
Oh,
yes, Xbox One, buy it.
Mm. And buy Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
That is the long game to go through.
Mm.